A soaked south. We've gotten drenched over the last week. More wet weather is on the way, believe it or not.
Yeah, we are going to see another widespread dose of 1 to even 3 inches of rain. And keep in mind, the ground is already saturated, so it won't take much to cause some of these problems. We're going to stay soggy through your weekend across the southeast and even including Florida.
Plus, we're tracking the risk for some punchy storms, this time across the Ohio Valley into the mid-Atlantic. Our biggest threats today, damaging wind as well as some hail. The good news is, once this moves through, we get the front to clear through. The northern tier is actually in store for some beautiful weather. We're talking 70s, sunshine. That's more like it.
That is more like it. Our temperatures today, 10-20 degrees above average. This is America's Morning Headquarters. I'm meteorologist Stephanie Abrams alongside meteorologist Molly McCollum and Jordan Steele. We also have senior national correspondent Justin Michaels joining us live from a cloudy Pensacola beach in just a few minutes.
All right, checking in with Justin in just a few minutes. But first, let's start with Jordan, because Jordan, once again, we are starting off the morning talking about Texas.
Texas has been just the
Canada. We also have this smaller feature that's just sitting over the mid-Atlantic right now. Temperatures are really warm. You compare this to a couple of days ago when we, unofficial weekend or start to summer over Memorial Day weekend, we had highs in the Northeast, 50s, some of us even in the 40s. That has changed dramatically in just a couple of days. Now we're in the 80s, mid to upper 80s there. Boston, New York, lower 80s, Washington, D.C., even some showers this morning causing some low ceiling delays there at DCA. We could see more delays as the day goes on, this time from severe weather. So we are very saturated in this area. This isn't a surprise over the last couple of days. Flood watch is out, West Virginia, over towards Cincinnati, Parkersburg, Morgantown, Charleston. Watch out in these higher elevations. We know what that can do to flash flooding. We know what that can do when you bring storms over those higher elevations too. It wrings out a little extra moisture. We're already seeing evidence of that this morning across the I-79 corridor with an ongoing flash flood warning. This is for Harrison and Taylor counties until 9 a.m. An additional warning. This is for the Spencer area. This also goes until 10:30. We've already seen several rounds of thunderstorms, and we know that this pattern is just going to continue today. I mean, keep an eye on West Virginia. You really don't see that much of a break. A lot of this rolls into areas around Washington, D.C. You have Fredericksburg there. This is 2 p.m. That's really our start for some of these stronger storms, producing gusty straight line damaging winds, maybe even some hail within the strongest storms. This is 7 p.m. We have them now around Richmond, even in areas like Roanoke. You could see some stronger storms back towards Charleston. Notice West Virginia, it is just round after round of rain, and even some stronger storms rolling through the Washington, D.C. area close to midnight. Flash flooding, top of mind, timing it out for your day here in Washington, D.C. We do have some storms around the lunchtime hour. That's going to saturate everything. Maybe you still have some ponding out on the roadways, the Beltway for your evening commute, or maybe you're leaving work early in the work early in the afternoon. Jordan's laughing at me combining my words. Around 95 corridor. We've all been there. This is 3 p.m., 4 p.m., and then a second round coming through close by the time we get to midnight. And some big changes after this, Jordan. 70s sunshine. That's how you do it after a cold front.
Yeah, good. Well, meanwhile, we go down to Florida.
Welcome back in on this Wednesday morning. We've had some big delays at some of our big airports lately, all because of this pattern we've been in with repeated storm chances. We've had low ceiling delays left and right on the 95 corridor. Soon, we will be in a much better pattern in, say, like Washington, D.C., up through areas like New York and Boston. So far, no delays right now, no big delays, I should say. We did have an earlier ground stop at areas around DCA because of the low ceilings. We could get into more delays later today because of the thunderstorms. Atlanta, we've seen ground delays and ground stops left and right. And as we get into the afternoon, we get more thunderstorm energy there. It is very possible we find ourselves once again with some major delays. But I do want to start in Texas because that has been the spot of major delays, at least in the morning hours, past couple of mornings. Houston, we're doing okay right now. No delays despite the rain and the cloud cover. But we do have some stronger storms just to the south. So we take you into the Corpus Christi area. We've had this one line of thunderstorms, very feisty this morning. This is moving through the Ingleside area as well as Portland and Rockport. The worst of it has moved past Corpus Christi. Areas like Padre Island and points to the north is seeing some of the strongest of this storm right now. The threat is still considerable because this is warned to 70-mile-per-hour winds. So far, still, we haven't seen any reports of 70-mile-per-hour winds. That's good, but just know these storms are capable of that. Actually, Do we have a report now, finally? 63, 62. So thank goodness it hasn't made it to 70, but still 60+ mile-per-hour winds. That's gonna do some damage really quickly. And then on top of that, you have all of the lightning within these storms, and of course the flooding rain. And Steph, the flooding rain has been a big theme from Texas all the way to Florida.
It has, and with this onshore wind
Welcome back on this Wednesday morning. What a mess we have in southern Texas. Once again, we have severe thunderstorm warnings, and some of those storms producing winds 60+ miles per hour, but they're warned all the way up to 70 miles per hour. This is just to the north of Corpus Christi. This line already moved through the Corpus Christi area, but Port Aransas, areas like Ingleside, Portland, and Rockport, you have a severe thunderstorm warning until 7:45. The threat is considerable because this is warned up to 70 miles per hour, but so far, any of the ground truth evidence that we've had, 60 to 63 miles per hour. There's tons of lightning packed in with this line. And then on top of that, there's flash flooding concerns because we have seen more than enough rain. We're super saturated. There's a look at the lightning number of strikes here. We're getting close to 2,000 lightning strikes. That's all along this line and just behind it too. So certainly a mess this morning in southern Texas. Here's the rainfall just over the past 6 hours. Corpus Christi, with that one line that moved through, close to 3 inches of rain. So this line means business a lot of different ways, from the wind to the rain to the lightning. It's just a very messy start to your morning. We've seen some of the showers around the Houston area. Thankfully, that hasn't caused any delays at the airport. We have seen some delays DCA just because of the cloud cover and the low ceilings this morning. And of course, more rain expected here across the southern tier. Steph? Soaked south. We've gotten drenched over the last week, and more wet weather is on the way.
That is true. We are going to see another dose of widespread 1 to 3 inches. Keep in mind the ground is already saturated, so it's not going to take a lot to cause problems. It's going to stay soggy, unfortunately, through the weekend into next week in the southeast, and that includes Florida, where we need it so desperately.
And now we're in rainy season, so it's on track.
Yes.
Plus, we're tracking the risk for punchy storms across the Ohio Valley and into the mid-Atlantic today. Our biggest threats, damaging winds and hail. But here's the good news. Once this moves through, we'll get through this today. Much of the northern tier looks fantastic after this. We're going to drop our temperatures a good 10 to almost 20 degrees in a few spots.
Easily for us here. This is America's Morning Headquarters. I'm meteorologist Stephanie Abrams alongside meteorologist McCollum and Jordan Steele. We also have senior national correspondent Justin Michaels live in Pensacola Beach with rain that is creeping ever so closer.
Every time we talk to him, it looks a little bit different behind him. So we know pretty soon he's going to be in those thunderstorms. And Jordan, speaking of thunderstorms, let's go to Texas this morning because, wow, what a start again for the Lone Star State.
And now we've got new power.